Welcome back to week 2 of the Thavorian Skies Draft League. This time we are up against SevenOnes and their team, the Horned Knight. So this is a pretty scary team, as you can see, with the Charizard Venusaur combo. They've got a Trick Room mode with Mega Slowbro and Torkoal, also Ditto, which is going to be annoying, and of course Gholdengo is very strong. So, wasn't really sure how to address the Trick Room aspect here, because my team is obviously very fast. So you'll see, I threw a couple things on, but we might have to be prepared to play in Trick Room. So that will be dangerous if it happens. So we're starting off with Aerodactyl. Gotta have Aerodactyl this week because of that Mega Charizard Y. It's honestly not the most amazing otherwise, but it threatens some things. It can kill the Venusaur with dual wing beat. It can at least do some damage to Torkoal. We are going Rock Slide this time. Flinches could be useful if they're trying to set up Trick Room. Also, because Rock Slide should still take out the Charizard. And it could break sashes, get some damage. It's good into like Mr. Rhyme. Decent into some other things. And they can have Wide Guard on the Toxapex. I'm not super duper worried about that. I don't think Toxapex is that great in my team, so I'm not really expecting to see it. So we're probably not going to Mega Evolve this Aerodactyl. I just don't need the extra speed. Nothing on this opposing team is really that fast, aside from Venusaur and the Chlorophyll, and that's too fast. So, I'm hoping that the threat of Mega Aerodactyl makes them go really fast on the Venusaur. They won't really need it. We got Tailwind, so we can always use that to outspeed the Venusaur if we get there. We also got Wide Guard as a potential out against the Torkoal going crazy. Also, in case there's like Blizzard on the Mr. Rhyme, also make it rain for the Gholdengo. There's some nice things, and like Heat Wave from Charizard. There's a lot of things that this. Obviously, we also threaten the Charizard with a KO, but if like Trick Room is up or something, or they have something that prevents me from just going Rock Slide, then we can Wide Guard the Heat Wave. So we're not going to Mega Evolve Aerodactyl probably, and you might see there's no Aggron on this team. Of course, Aggron is not great into all of these fire types. So the Mega that I intend to go with is probably going to be Meowstic. Picked up this thing because of Prankster, but immediately we might be getting the value out of Mega Meowstic. I do still have some Prankster options. Actually, made this change just a moment ago, and it didn't save. We're going to go with Light Screen here, I think. It's tough. I was between different moves for that 4th slot. I was considering Thunderbolt. I was considering Safeguard because I'm scared of the Sleep Powders and the Thunder Waves from Liepard. I was thinking about going with my own Thunder Wave, but I think Light Screen is better. The main reason I didn't want to do Light Screen was because Mr. Rhyme can have Screen Cleaner, but that's assuming Mr. Rhyme is even on their team, and assuming it even comes to the battle, and even then we can still position it properly, set the Light Screen up after Mr. Rhyme comes out. Not super worried. But yeah, we have a lot of speed on this, and I think that's enough to outspeed the Liepard after Mega Evolving, because annoyingly, this thing is slower than Liepard, so I can't actually stop it from taunting me if it wants to do that, and that's part of why I went partially offensive here. Is like, if this thing wants to taunt me, that's okay, because I can do damage with it. But, yeah, we got Light Screen because this team is majority special. In fact, almost everything here has, like, special defense investment. I bothered very little with physical defense because it's basically just Garganacl and Liepard, plus if Ditto copies something, I guess. But my team is split 50-50 physical special, so... And my Mega here is special. So we got a lot of Spit F on this thing just to take those special moves really well. Like Shadow Ball from Gholdengo, we should be able to live. We got Psychic, because that's a strong move. It's good into everything. But, super effective on Venusaur, super effective on Toxapex. And then there are actually a lot of things here that do resist the Psychic, and almost all of them are weak to Dark. We got the Mega Slowbo, the Mr. Rhyme, and the Goldengo. Now this moveset is walled by Lipard, but Lipard is so fragile, and I expect it to be Focus Sash anyway, that if we Mega Evolve, probably 2 Dark Pulses will just take it out, or I would rely on something else to take it out. But yeah, Dark Pulse is really good coverage, since the Mega Meowstic actually has a real special attack stat, unlike regular Meowstic. And then we got Rain Dance. This is pretty important, not because my team, I didn't even bring my water type, not because my team needs the rain, but because I really want a way to shut the rain off. Both this Charizard Y and especially the Torkoal under Trick Room, like the Charizard can have Weather Ball and it can have Air Slash and stuff, but the Torkoal's damage is going to be completely gutted if we can get the rain up. So the hope is really that we don't have Trick Room, but if it does go up, then we can at least set the rain. And yeah, because of the possible Prankster Taunt on Lipard, I didn't want to go like an Imprison set, also because I wanted to Mega Evolve Meowstic, because I didn't want to Mega Evolve anything else. So I could have gone Imprison, didn't really want to. It's not even that reliable anyway, right? Because I cannot run Mental Herb because I have to run the Mega Stone. So I'm like, I'm going to take advantage of this Mega Stone, I think. We got some other things that we can do against Trick Room, and one of them is this silly Typhlosion set. This Typhlosion has no offensive investment. For a while, I actually had it minus defense, but I didn't want to die to knockoff from Lipard. So we are timid, but we do have Rock Slide. And Lumberry, because I'm scared of Sleep Powder on the Venusaur. That way, if they do lead Charizard Venusaur, they could sleep me, I'll wake up, and I'll blast the Venusaur with an Overheat. And I also will then threaten a 2-shot on the Charizard with Rock Slide. This is with minimum attack, just because it's such a strong move, and Charizard doesn't have a lot of physical defense. And then we have Shadow Ball for the Psychic types. And we have Roar to stop Trick Room. And this thing has enough bulk that it should live like a Scald. If the Mega Slowbro doesn't go Trick Room and just attacks, we at least don't die to that, and we can still get the Slowbro out of there with Roar. And Refrisk, because I didn't really feel like Blaze was that necessary when my only fire move was Overheat anyway. So this thing's fast enough to outspeed Goldengo, and even with no special attack investment, it still one-shots Goldengo with Overheat. Obviously, I have to not have already clicked Overheat in the fight. But, well, unless it switches out and back in, of course. Like it has to be at neutral. Like, if I Overheat, then I have -2, and then the Goldengo. So there's ways that they can bait me, like with the Goldengo in and out. I don't think they have any redirection, so I don't have to worry about that. But, I still have to worry about, like, Overheat might require me to do some pivoting in and out. So hopefully the rest of the team can handle that if that situation arises. So we have Como. I am going with a special Clinger Soul set, so kind of the classic Como set. It's got a lot of sets that it can run. I thought this one was the best this time, though, because Dragon is just pretty good into this team. They only have 1 Dragon Resist in Goldengo, and that's why we actually have Flamethrower instead of having a fighting move, because I didn't want to get walled by Goldengo. And there's really nothing that we need a fighting move for. Again, Lipard, like I said, is probably going to be Focus Sash, so I don't have to worry about being able to one-shot it. And Garganacl maybe could be a problem, but it's 1 Mon, it's a 6-point Mon. I wasn't really expecting it to come. Honestly, I'm pretty weak to it, but I don't think it's super likely that we're going to see it. So, especially if I'm relying on Como, like, they're not going to want to risk, eating like an Aura Sphere or something. So, we have Clanging Scales and Flamethrower. I don't care that much about the defense drop from Clanging Scales also, because like I said, this opposing team is almost all physical. Or, no, almost all special. They have very little physical damage. This defense drop doesn't matter. We got a little Squid F investment, mostly just HP, because if you've looked at Komo's base stats, those HP EVs go a long way. And then we have no speed on it. At +1, it still should outspeed most things. And I didn't feel like going max speed was really worth it just to be able to outspeed the Gholdengo, because I think Gholdengo is 1 point slower, so I'd have to actually be timid max speed to outspeed at neutral. But Como doesn't have enough special attack to get that KO anyway. Even a +1, I don't think Flamethrower comes close to K and Gholdengo. It's a Pokemon, it's not super powerful, but the thing is, like, with a Citrus Berry, this thing can tank a hit, possibly tank a couple hits with the stat boost from Klinger's Soul, could throw out a lot of damage with Clanging Scales, can snipe some things with Flamethrower, especially if the sun's up. And we have Bulletproof, which is very nice because it stops both Sludge Bomb from Venusaur and Shadow Ball from Gholdengo. So I was actually really on the fence. I really wanted to run Overcoat to try and catch him off guard with a Sleep Powder. But I realized that given the Gholdengo, Bulletproof is probably better because really the only thing Gholdengo can hit this thing with, unless they're doing Dazzling Gleam on it, is Make It Rain, and they can do 1, and we should tank that because Como is really bulky. And then the Gholdengo's like kind of useless. They give us a turn to set up. Because we got a Citrus Berry, we can pretty much always eat 1 hit if we don't die to it. We'll have enough HP to go Klinger's Soul. Unless it hits me down to like 2% HP or something. I think if it's below like 8%, then it's a problem. Otherwise, it's fine. But we cannot be hit by Gholdengo's like most consistent move. And also the Venusaur already can't really use grass moves. And it now can't use Sludge Bomb, which is probably going to be the poison move it has. Maybe there's like a Acid Spray or Sludge Wave. I don't even know if it gets those moves. And then, I mean, if it's got Earth Power, like, Como is so bulky, that's going to do nothing to it. So I'm like, okay, yeah, the Venusaur can sleep me, but if they have Charizard and Venusaur out, unless they have Air Slash, then they can't touch Como, and even if they have Air Slash, it's not, like, the strongest. So I'd rather just kind of wall the damage than try to catch him off guard, especially because this opponent was complaining about missing a bunch of Sleep Powders in their first week. So they might not even use it. Even with Wide Lens, it's still only 83% accurate. That's pretty inconsistent. So then we got Crocodile. And I'm not Intimidate because, as I've mentioned several times, this opposing team has very little physical damage. And I thought that Moxie could be really useful. Also, if they imposter me with a Ditto, then the Intimidate could be quite annoying. So I thought that Moxie could be really good. Crocodile has pretty good attack, 117. And with a +1, I mean, it should threaten a lot of damage. And I'm actually going with 2 ground moves here because this opposing team also has almost no ground resistances. It's only Charizard, and we put in a lot of things to threaten Charizard. Aerodactyl threatens it, Typhlosion threatens it, as you will see, the Maushold also threatens it. So I'm kind of like, I am not really interested in running a dark move on Crocodile because Charizard is basically the only thing I'd be clicking it on. Like, maybe Slowbro, but Mega Slowbro has so much defense that... And Knockoff doesn't get boosted because it's got a Mega Stone. Like, we don't want to click a dark move into Mega Slowbro. That's barely going to do more than a ground move anyway, and it's not going to do much anyway. I'd rather just Snarl it. Gholdengo is weak to dark, but it's also weak to ground. And Mr. Rhyme, whatever, it's a 4-point Mon, it's 1 Mon. And then, so I could run a Rock move for Charizard, but I've already got Rock moves on 2 of my Pokemon. So I'm thinking just kind of, we'll go with the double ground move. Earthquake when I can do it, if I've got Aerodactyl or someone protecting next to it. High Horsepower for when I can't Earthquake, or I need to get the boosted damage into something. And then Snarl, I think, is pretty useful because, as we've said a number of times, this opposing team is primarily special. So, I mean, it's no Umbreon, but I can sit and spam Snarl if I got nothing better to do. If I think they're going to switch, if I think they're going to play defensively and switch something in, like do a Protect switch, trying to catch something on the switch with a Snarl is going to be really good. Because almost nothing like switching into that. Even the Lipard, which is probably going to be physical, also probably have a Focus Sash. And so like Snarl into High Horsepower, for instance, should take it out, I would think. We're on max attack on Crocodile. Well, we're Jolly, max attack. We're Jolly because we want to outspeed Gholdengo. We don't want to outspeed it if we're Adamant. And we're max because it's a Focus Sash. The Focus Sash on here was good. You know, Venusaur threatens it, Charizard threatens it with Solar Beam, Mr. Rime threatens it, Slowbro threatens it. Like, a lot of things do threaten this thing, and I didn't have anything else that really wanted the Sash. Typhlosion, I could have put it on, but the Typhlosion is bulky anyway, and this thing didn't really want to make it bulky. So then I left them on the Mousehold. Last time we went with a supportive Mousehold set, and it was pretty underwhelming. This time we're going with offensive, and I think it's going to be good. Population Bomb will do a lot to most of these Pokemon. Even Slowbro takes like half, which for a Pokemon with like 180 base defense, that's pretty good. So this should annihilate Charizard. It should annihilate Liepard if it's got a Focus Sash. And we are faster than Liepard. Obviously, Liepard has Prankster, but if they're not using a Prankster move, then we do outspeed with Mousehold and should always blow it up. Mr. Rime will not like that. Now, you notice we can't hit Gholdengo. I really considered running a coverage move for Gholdengo, and the only move that makes sense is Bite. And the thing about Bite is, like, I mean, since it's Technician, it's 90 power with a flinch chance. That's cool, but Gholdengo is the only thing I'm clicking Bite on, and 4 of these Pokemon have super effective moves in Gholdengo. So the odds that Mousehold has to be the one to take it out are pretty low. And indeed, this Mousehold cannot do anything to Gholdengo, because it's also immune to both Encore and Taunt. But I'm hoping that it doesn't come to that. I'm not planning to come to that because I want to prioritize the Gholdengo because it has threatened a lot of my Pokemon, and it's just a really strong one in general, and also it might have Nasty Plot, and I don't really want to mess with that if I don't have to. So, we got Encore, we got Taunt. Taunt is my other potential way of dealing with Trick Room, and it is not consistent because the Slowbro might not Mega Evolve, and its base form will probably be Oblivious, in which case, can't Taunt it. But if that's the case, then it does give up a lot of bulk, and I don't know if we can one-shot it with Pop Bomb, but we definitely could one-shot it with like a double up of some kind. So we'll see. I'm not sure what I'm going to do in Game 1. I'm probably not going to rely on them Mega Evolving, but I'm probably not going to lead Mousehold in Game 1. I think I'm going to lead Typhlosion because Typhlosion is honestly kind of good into everything. Like, the reason that I chose Roar on Typhlosion, because I did consider, like, Aerodactyl gets Roar, Crocodile gets Dragon Tail, and Como also gets Dragon Tail. Almost any of these Mons could be running a move to force the Slowbro out. I chose Typhlosion because it's immune to Fake Out. Because I'm expecting a Liepard or a Mr. Rime along with the Slowbro, and whatever my thing is that can stop Trick Room, they could just fake it out. So that's why Typhlosion has that. Obviously, Mousehold, can be faked out. It's acceptable. It's not a plan A. But the Taunt is also nice against the Liepard. It could be nice against the Venusaur. It could be nice against like the Toxapex or the Garganacl if they're going for really defensive sets. So I thought the Taunt was pretty flexible here. And then the Encore is just a nice move to have against Protects. Like if we manage to stop the Trick Room and we start, going really offensive, especially because this thing's strong moves Population Bomb, and I don't actually have a lot of good spread damage here. No Eruption or Heat Wave on the Typhlosion. Como-O's got the Clanging Scales, but it's kind of got a setup. Crocodile's got Earthquake, but that's, you have to have a certain teammate next to it. And then Aerodactyl's got Rock Slide, but that's not super strong. So, like, a lot of my big damage is single target, including the Mousehold. So I want to be able to punish some Protects if they think they're clever and they protect the big threats. And then we got Protect on Mousehold because it's fragile. I'm not investing in bulk. So it's going to be pretty, susceptible to burst damage. Like the Charizard, like Venusaur's, like Solar Beam might be able to take it out. Your Slowbro might be able to with like a Hydro Pump or something, or like a Body Press that probably takes it out. I didn't do all those calcs, but want to have that Protect option. I do have to be cognizant of Encore on the Liepard, so I don't have Protect on everything. I got it on about half. I think actually less than half because Aerodactyl is Wide Guard, which is kind of like Protect. But yeah, other than that, we just got Protect on these three. Crocodile can't be Prankster Encored, which is nice. Como definitely have to worry. If the Lipard is in front of Como, it's going to be a bit uncomfortable. Because if I click Clinger's Soul, or if I click Protect, that's kind of bad. So I'm going to prioritize taking the Lipard out if I've got Como and I'm trying to set up with it. Now, I mean, that said, if the thing next to Como can take out the Lipard, which, I mean, basically everything here can take out the Lipard, given a couple turns, I can always go Clinger's Soul into Protect. When they try to Encore me, can protect it. And, I mean, who knows? Maybe they won't have Encore. Last time, I was playing around the Encore on that Whimsicott like crazy. I'm pretty sure it just didn't have it. I didn't go back and double-check the moves, because I'm not sure if we ever saw Protect on the Whimsicott, but I bet it probably had Protect, and it probably didn't have Encore. So, anyway, that's the team. We shall see how the battles go. Alright. Let's get into the battle. So let's see what they got. Alright. No Charizard, no Venusaur. I'm not shocked by that. So this looks like hard Trick Room. Not a lot of big damage dealers here. Toxapex and Lipard are probably support. Okay, so I should probably lead Typhlosion. I don't want to get faked out. There's 2 fake out options here. Probably just want to go for the Roar, honestly. Could go Como and try to set up. That seems pretty reasonable. We resist a lot of stuff here. There's no flying move from the Charizard, so it's kind of just ice. I guess and Psychic they have to worry about. I think we do want Meowstic just because it's damage, and let's see, the Toxapex. I'm glad there's no Garganacl. Do we need something more to deal with the Toxapex? Meowstic can deal with that. Krook is alright, doesn't have a dark move, which is a bit awkward. I think Maushold is probably decent here. Let's try this. Yep, so they're going to fake out Trick Room. So, I mean, they're probably just going to fake out the Como. Okay, what does Mr. Rhyme have? Focus Band? What? Okay, that's interesting. So let's Roar. And if they don't fake out, they might go for an Ice move. Or a Psychic move. I think if we Clanger a Soul, we should take that. They might just double. I mean, they're not going to double the Como, I don't think. Okay, so they are Mega Evolving turn 1, so this means that potentially I could bring Maushold and go for Taunt next time. Although they're probably going to fake out Maushold. Wait, they just fake out Como. It's whatever, it does nothing. And yep, they were going to Trick Room, so we get the Roar off. So Lipard out's a bit annoying. Let's see, can we one-shot this thing with Overheat? Maybe, if it's not bulky. Focus Band is weird. I think we'll go for it. We'll go for the Overheat. I don't want to... Yeah, I think I could just go Clanging Scales here. If this is Play Rough, it's going to be awkward. Okay, they Encore the Roar. That's interesting. Alright, that's pretty good damage. And is this just going to be something into... Okay, Expanding Force. That's interesting. Alright, so we can flamethrower. Well, wait, let's see who gets roared first. Okay. Light gets roared. If it's Slowbro again, okay, it's Torkoal. Alright, I think I just switch out and flamethrower. Who is less important here? Mousehold is pretty important here. Can kind of just blow up everything. Well, actually, Meowstick. Meowstick's actually probably better, so let's risk the Mousehold here. Let's flamethrower this one. If this is Eruption, then I could just lose the Mousehold, but hopefully that puts me in an okay spot. Okay, perfect. Perfect. So they know I have Flamethrower now. And we got Mousehold in safely. So we know they have Encore, as I did expect. Okay, Slowbro's out. We could taunt it. We could also Encore the... Do I think Pop Bomb plus Clanging Scales would get it? I don't have to. I mean, I'm probably gonna reveal that I've got Pop Bomb, so I don't think Pop Bomb and Clanging Scales is gonna get it. So let's taunt Clanging Scales. Yeah, I think with Pop Bomb it might have been a roll there. Okay, Weather Ball, or Bulletproof, nice. Nice, nice. And it tried Trick Room. Okay, awesome. And they can't protect the Slowbro, so let's just Pop Bomb that slot now and Clanging Scales again. Let's see how much this does. Okay, 6 per hit. Okay, so I guess we would have gotten it with a double up, but the taunt was also good. Yeah, I did take all 10 hits. So, I mean, I guess we can see if they have Fake Out, if they use it. I mean, they shouldn't, probably, but... So they don't know that I have Clangorous Soul. I mean, it's a reasonable assumption, especially given the Como is Citrus Berry, but... Okay. So they just Encore, I guess, to not show any other move. Alright, so we did show Taunt. Unfortunately, we maybe didn't have to. But we get a pretty clean game 1. So... I kind of like a Mousehold Typhlosion lead. They might lead Liepard trying to Encore like a Roar or something. So... I think Mousehold Typhlosion is maybe good. They might not evolve this, not Mega Evolve the Slowbro because they are afraid of Taunt. I think I maybe brought the right 4. I could maybe consider... I mean, Como is pretty good here. Yeah, it just does good damage, and like nothing besides the Mr. Rhyme really threatens it, and the Slowbro, I guess. I think this is pretty solid, but we'll lead the Mousehold this time. So we can threaten Taunt on the Liepard, perhaps. Unless they Prankster taunt me. I wouldn't expect them to have Taunt. Okay, Fox Practical Dango. So this is pretty cool. because... Okay, leftovers Toxapex. Scarf Goldango, that's good to know. But we... Okay. I think we live a Shadow Ball. Hold on, yeah. I'm what, max HP, 12. They're probably modest. We usually live a Shadow Ball, yeah. So let's taunt the Toxapex and OP. Okay, they were scared of Eruption. I guess they technically don't know that I'm not. So yeah, we should. Okay. Oh, alright. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate, but the good news is they're locked into Shadow Ball, and we have Bulletproof Como. And they can't Wide Guard anymore. So we can set up... The Golden Go literally has to switch out now. Because it can't touch either one of my mods. So we have... I mean, I think I just Pop Bomb into that slot to blow up whatever comes in. Like, the Toxapex either has like a water move and maybe like Infestation. Yeah, we're gonna Pop Bomb that slot and we're going to Clingers, so. Alright, what are we catching? Slugboard would be great. That's also great. Goodbye, Lipard. That's actually good, because otherwise we would have been locked into it. Yeah, they do have Infestation. Alright, so that's going to be some chip damage, but... no, not the Infestation crit. Okay, does this put me into Citrus range? Not quite. Next turn it should. So if they bring out Mr. Rhyme, we can protect... Okay, Goldango's back. So what, do I protect in case this is Make It Rain? I need to figure out if I take that Make It Rain. Como should live the Make It Rain. So let's just protect and Flamethrower. Oh, I also might be faster. Okay, yeah, I'm only faster if they have no speed investment at all. Yeah, we take that. And we get our Citrus Berry. And we take out the Goldango. And are they still taunted? They are still taunted, so we can Pop Bomb the Toxapex. Yeah, I mean, if they get Trick Room up, I think it's fine. I still have Meowstic in the back. There's no way this thing's gonna do that much. So let's just Pop Bomb the Toxapex Cleaning Scales, because they might protect Slowbro. Oh, they went right for the Mega Evo. Okay, so they weren't scared of getting taunted. Possible they just aren't oblivious. Alright, let's see how much this does. Okay, Cleaning Skill should pick up. We know it's leftovers, just not Citrus Berry. And this should do a chunk to Slowbro, and if they get Trick Room up, it should be fine. Yeah. Oh, they just expanding force. All right. That should pick up the Como, but that's all right. Yeah, I don't even need Meowstic here. I mean, I guess there's a chance that Pop Bomb misses, so we might as well go for the Mega Evolve. Dark Pulse. Yeah, so Bulletproof was huge here. I'm really glad I went for that. I knew that Goldengo was going to be an issue. Wasn't expecting Scarf, although maybe I should have been. Alright, nice. GG's to 7-1s. And I will see you in the next week. Have a good one.